Hello students, welcome to the lecture on material handling and storage systems. And after this lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand the role of materials handling in logistics, define material handling guidelines, explain the equipment and storage systems, understand the new generation material handling system, explain the materials handling efficiency, explain the concept of unit load, understand the storage and retrieval systems, define the storage principles. Let us first talk about the material handling. The material handling is an important activity in the logistics system. The speed of the material flow across the supply chain depends on the type of the material handling equipment and the sophistication in the system. In the logistics operation, the material handling system is designed in and around the warehouse. Generally, the material handling operations are performed in the warehouse, unloading the incoming material from transport equipment, moving the unloaded material to the assigned storage place, lift the material from its storage place during order picking, move the material for inspection and packing, and load the packages onto the transport vehicle.
Hello and welcome to Premier Handling Solutions video series on material handling. Today we answer the most important question yet, just what is material handling? The material handling industry is essential and exciting. You have probably wondered how all the products you have ever purchased got to you in the first place. The material handling industry is responsible for how these products are stored, protected and moved from one point in the supply chain to the next, all the way to your local store or doorstep. As products are shipped across the globe, one industry is responsible for the safe delivery of nearly every type of material, product and consumable. The material handling industry is one of America's largest industries, and it is growing fast as companies are learning how to produce their products quicker and in greater quantities. The material handling industry is powered by a large variety of equipment to power the supply process. Storage equipment, lifting equipment, conveyor belts, and information technology are all utilized to keep the material handling industry functioning and constantly evolving. Material handling equipment can be divided into 4 different categories: handling and storage equipment, engineering systems, industrial transportation, and bulk material handling. It is important to almost every other industry and the entire global economy that the material handling process works properly. If the material handling industry just stopped working, it would cause a crisis worldwide. Thankfully, the material handling industry is always becoming more and more efficient at getting products to their destination as quickly as possible. New technologies are presenting possibilities that were never available before, making the material handling industry a profitable opportunity for employment as the industry prepares for the challenges of today and the future. The material handling industry has opportunities for those with expertise in engineering, production and operations, manufacturing, administration, logistics, inventory control, supply chain management, systems integration, marketing and sales, information technology, customer services, and facility design.
The material handling operations are performed using manual, mechanized or computerized controlled material handling equipment. The mechanized system shifts the fatigue to machine and brings effectiveness to human efforts. The selection of the appropriate system depends on the factors such as volumes to be handled, speed in handling, product characteristics, weight, size, shape, and nature of the product, hazardous, perishable, crushable. The investment in the material handling system will be sheer waste if it is not compatible to the warehouse layout plan. The layout will create the obstacles for the free movement of equipment and the goods. The mechanized equipment requires the space for the free movement across the warehouse. They should have the accessibility to storage area for material loading and unloading during storage and retrieval. The more sophisticated systems such as robotics, automatic storage and retrieval, and automatic guided vehicle systems are used in semi or fully automatic warehouses for speedy material movement. The important point in favor of materials handling is that it helps production. Depending on the weight, volume, and throughput of materials, mechanical handling of materials may become unavoidable. In many cases, mechanical handling reduces the cost of manual handling of materials where such materials handling are highly desirable. Definition of materials handling are: materials handling is the art and science involving the moving, packaging and storing of substances in any form. Materials handling is the movement and storage of materials at the lowest possible cost through the use of proper methods and equipment. Materials handling is the moving of materials or product by any means, including storage and all movements except processing operations and inspection. Materials handling is the art and science of conveying, elevating, positioning, transporting, packaging and storing of materials. In one of the definitions, all the functions of materials handling have been referred to, which are conveying, elevating, positioning, transporting, packaging and storing. Storage or warehousing is very much a part of materials handling. Materials handling uses different equipment and mechanisms called materials handling equipment. These long-distance movements of materials are generally termed as transportation of materials through various modes of transport like road, rail, ship or air. Transportation is generally excluded from the scope of materials handling. However, materials handling at the workplace are an area which is drawing greater attention after introduction of concepts of machining cells fitted with robotic handling devices. The essential requirements of a good materials handling system may be summarized as efficient and safe movement of materials to the desired place, timely movement of the materials when needed, supply of materials at the desired rate, storing of materials utilizing minimum space, lowest cost solution to the materials handling activities. The functional scope of materials handling within an industry covers bulk materials as well as unit materials handling. Bulk handling is particularly relevant in the processing, mining and construction industries. Unit materials handling covers handling of formed materials in the initial, intermediate and final stages of manufacture. Industrial packaging of in-process materials, semi-finished or finished goods, primarily from the point of view of ease and safety of handling, storage and transportation. However, consumer packaging is not directly related to materials handling. Handling of materials for storage or warehousing from raw materials to finished product stage. Let's discuss about role of materials handling in logistics. The material handling has become a new, complex and rapidly evolving science. For moving material in and out of warehouse, many types of equipment and system are in use depending on the type of products and volume to be handled. The equipment is used in loading and unloading operations for movement of goods over short distances. The handling of material in warehouse is restricted to unitized forms, which require smaller size equipment. However, for bulk handling of material at logistics nodes such as shipyards, ports and airports, different types of equipment are used. In warehouses, Material handling operation is performed at the following stages: unloading the incoming material from transport vehicle, moving the unloaded material to assigned storage place in warehouses, lifting the material from its storage place during order picking, moving the material for inspection and packing, loading packages, boxes, cartons onto transport vehicles. The efficiency of material handling equipments adds to the performance level of the warehouse. The internal movement of goods has a direct bearing on the order picking and fulfillment cycle. There is a scope for reducing labor and enhancing productivity by emerging technology in material handling. A good material handling system will enhance the speed and throughput of material movement through the logistics. Material handling cannot be avoided in logistics but can certainly be reduced to minimum levels. The productivity potential of logistics can be exploited by selecting the right type of handling equipment. The selection of material handling equipment cannot be done in isolation without considering the storage system. Investment in the material handling system will be sheer waste if it is not compatible to the warehouse layout plan. The layout will create obstacles for free movement of equipment and goods, resulting in poor equipment productivity. Recent trends indicate preference for automated system with higher logistics productivity to enhance the effectiveness of human energy in material movement. Similarly, good material handling systems give you control on productivity. Improving your material handling system fuels a stunning return on investment. It makes more sense than almost anything else you can do. By gaining control of your warehouse, you gain control of your profitability. Effective material handling systems create savings that helps directly to improve your bottom line. If your business relies heavily on manufacturing, warehousing, storage or distribution, the potential savings are perhaps your greatest opportunity. Let's talk about equipment and storage systems. Materials handling systems provide transportation and storage of materials, components and assemblies. Material handling activities start with unloading of goods from delivery transportation. The goods then pass into storage, onto machining, assembly, testing, storage, packaging, storage, and finally loading onto transport. Design or selection of the right material handling system is one of the most important decisions that a manager can make because of the effects on the rest of the manufacturing plant. It affects the material flow and the factory layout. Apart from the initial capital cost for a new system, the consequences of any misjudgment in material handling will have considerable and long-term effects on operations. In recent years, computer-based simulations tools have been developed to simulate material handling systems and their effect on the manufacturing process. Loading equipment is aimed at providing the capability to load and unload vehicles. It is also referred to as loading bay equipment. The category can be divided into products that provide access from the loading bay to the vehicle and equipment that moves the product from the loading bay to the vehicle and vice versa. Equipment that falls into the access category are scissor lifts, goods lifts, dock levelers, loading ramps, doors, dock seals and vehicle restraints, and equipment that falls into the movement category are pallet trucks, conveyors and forklift trucks. Lifting and transport equipment. Lifting and transport equipment is used to move product around the production facility from loading bay to storage, from storage to production, around production, from production to storage, and from storage to loading bay. Equipment that falls into this category are forklift trucks, order picking trucks, overhead cranes, tower cranes and belt, chain and overhead conveyors. Material handling, designed for safe transportation. Due to globalization of the economies of many countries, companies all over the world are making efforts to further expand their business areas. So the need for container transportation is being increased, and container terminals should satisfy such needs. Material handling function. The material handling function reflects on the efficiency and speed of warehouse operation, which ultimately result in elongated or compressed order completion cycles. Material handling equipments, rational use, storage equipment. Storage equipment, as the name suggests, is used to store materials, components and assemblies.
Hello and welcome to Premier Handling Solutions video series on material handling. Today we answer the most important question yet, just what is material handling? The material handling industry is essential and exciting. You have probably wondered how all the products you have ever purchased got to you in the first place. The material handling industry is responsible for how these products are stored, protected and moved from one point in the supply chain to the next, all the way to your local store or doorstep. As products are shipped across the globe, one industry is responsible for the safe delivery of nearly every type of material, product and consumable. The material handling industry is one of America's largest industries, and it is growing fast as companies are learning how to produce their products quicker and in greater quantities. The material handling industry is powered by a large variety of equipment to power the supply process. Storage equipment, lifting equipment, conveyor belts, and information technology are all utilized to keep the material handling industry functioning and constantly evolving. Material handling equipment can be divided into 4 different categories: handling and storage equipment, engineering systems, industrial transportation, and bulk material handling. It is important to almost every other industry and the entire global economy that the material handling process works properly. If the material handling industry just stopped working, it would cause a crisis worldwide. Thankfully, the material handling industry is always becoming more and more efficient at getting products to their destination as quickly as possible. New technologies are presenting possibilities that were never available before, making the material handling industry a profitable opportunity for employment as the industry prepares for the challenges of today and the future. The material handling industry has opportunities for those with expertise in engineering, production and operations, manufacturing, administration, logistics, inventory control, supply chain management, systems integration, marketing and sales, information technology, customer services, and facility design. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stop back often to Premier Handling Solutions blog as we run over more ways to keep your warehouse running safely and efficiently.
Let's discuss about new generation material handling system. The new generation material handling system is highly automated system based on latest technologies, provided with flexibility, capable of changing its own structure or function in response to changes from manufacturing systems and autonomous functions to enhance system reliability. Such system is defined as MMHS, Metamorphic Material Handling System. MMHS project was the 5th international R&D project in IMS program, and it was to contribute to industries, optimize life cycle of equipment, produce a system most suited to the global environment, and respect humanity through research and development activities. MMHS project performed research and development activities focusing on the following 4 points. First point is life cycle optimization. Second point is environmentally conscious manufacturing. Third point is user friendliness. Fourth point is contribution to global industry productivity. Subjects and objectives of MMHS project conceived from this viewpoint are responsive. Responsive to changes that may take place in manufacturing technology and environment, type of product or material to be handled, work schedule and load. Flexible, capable of transforming itself and altering its function to meet any change in handling requirements. Autonomous, able to make decisions on its own to enhance system availability. Highly automatic, incorporated with next generation automation technology. Multifunctional, having such functions as assembling, packaging and disassembling besides transporting. Let's talk about materials handling efficiency. Finding the right industrial supply company is vital to a material handling company of any description. Warehouses, factories, manufacturers and other industries all require regular stocks of supplies and equipment. If they have to get smaller supplies like packaging materials from one company, spare parts from another and heavy equipment from yet another, it not only takes the office staff away from other duties, it can slow down production. If one warehouse supply company carries everything, then your whole business operates more smoothly. The material handling company uses new packaging tape and boxes to pack up goods for shipping. Essential warehouse furnishings include shelving units, pallet racks and other storage units. Essential equipment includes forklifts, pallet jacks and other moving equipment. Then there are storage containers, forklift accessories, ladders, personnel lifts and a host of other items. All of them are necessary for the smooth running of the operation. If you are less than happy with the way your industrial or warehouse supplies are being handled, find an online material handling supply company that matches your material handling company needs. Characteristics of materials handling are package design, product packaging in standard configurations and order quantities facilitates logistical efficiency. Total weight can sometimes be reduced by product or package changes. Even when package design is not changed, products that weight out before cubing out may offer special opportunities, as lightweight product can be top loaded to take advantage of the empty cube without substantially changing total weight or transportation cost. Unitization, containerization. Unitization is the process of grouping master cartons into one physical unit for materials handling or transport. The concept of containerization includes all forms of unitization, from taping two master cartons together to the use of specialized transportation equipment. Communication. The third important logistical packaging function is communication or information transfer. This function is becoming increasingly critical to provide content identification, tracking, and handling instructions. Issues of application. All logistical operations are affected by packaging utility, from truck loading and warehouse picking productivity to transportation and storage cube utilization. Materials handling. The first point is main contents. Basic handling considerations. Logistical materials handling is concentrated in and around the warehouse. A basic difference exists in the handling of bulk materials and master cartons. There are several basic principles to guide the selection of materials handling processes and technologies. Merchandised systems. Mechanized systems employ a wide range of handling equipment. The types of equipment most commonly used are lift trucks, wall-like rider pallet trucks, tow lines, tractor-railed devices, conveyors, and carousels. Semi-automated systems. Mechanized handling is often supplemented by semi-automatic equipment. Typical equipment utilized in semi-automated handling includes automated guided vehicle systems, computerized sortation, robotics, and various forms of live racks. Information-directed systems. The concept of information-directed handling is relatively new and the subject of a great deal of research and development. The concept is appealing because it combines the control typical of automated handling with the flexibility of mechanized systems. Information-directed systems use mechanized handling controlled by information technology. Two common examples of information-directed materials handling systems are RF-controlled equipment and light-directed operations. Special handling considerations. The primary mission of materials handling is to facilitate merchandise flow in an orderly and efficient manner from manufacturer to point of sale. This section identifies and discusses special. Second point is key concepts and points. Materials handling, mechanized handling systems, semi-automated handling systems, automated handling systems, information-directed handling systems, lift trucks, rider trucks, tow lines, tractor trailers. Third point is issues of application. Investments in materials handling technology and equipment offer the potential for substantially improved logistics productivity. Materials handling processes and technologies impact productivity by influencing personnel, space, and capital equipment requirements. Students shall understand that materials handling is a key logistics activity that can't be overlooked. Let's talk about concept of unit load. A unit load is very often used in the material handling of discrete load materials. A unit load is a collection of materials so arranged and restrained that it can be handled, stored, and controlled as a single entity. The advantages of using a unit load are, amongst others, the uniform handling and uniform storage operations, the reduced burden on information and control systems. In addition, unit loads allow efficient macro-external space utilization since each load is the same size and storage locations can be sized to accommodate this unit load, and the loads can be packed tightly together without gaps. The disadvantages of using a unit load are the cost of assembling and disassembling the unit load and the cost of the empty returnable container handling or the disposal cost of single-use containers. In addition, unit loads can have inefficient micro-internal space utilization if the unit loads can be completely filled up. Let's talk about storage and retrieval systems. Storage and retrieval systems provide the combined function of handling and storage the material. Examples are unit load automated storage and retrieval systems ASRS, which store and retrieve whole pallets, mini load systems with storage drawers, micro load systems with storage totes, sometimes also called tote stackers, and carousels with extractors. An A-frame is an automated order picking system used for high-speed, high-throughput order picking of small and well-packaged items. There are some terms that are used in storage principle. These terms are as temperature. Temperature is very important when it comes to food storage, and you will often find lots of thermometers around the storerooms. The ideal storeroom temperature is between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius. Humidity. Humidity is another thing that needs to be considered in the storeroom. The humidity in the dry store areas should be between 50% and 60%. If the humidity gets too high, when the air cools, it will release this excess moisture in the form of water droplets, which end up covering the walls and floor of dry storerooms. Position. Position is also important when storing stock, particularly when storing stock on shelves. Rotation. Stock rotation is another important storage principle. Stock rotation is where you put all new stock to the rear or underneath already stored stock so that existing stock is used first. Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learnt in this lecture. All logistical operations are affected by packaging utility, from truck loading and warehouse picking productivity to transportation and storage cube utilization. A unit load is a collection of materials so arranged and restrained that it can be handled, stored and controlled as a single entity. The new generation material handling system is a highly automated system based on latest technologies, provided with flexibility, capable of changing its own structure or function in response to changes from manufacturing systems. The selection of the appropriate system depends on the factors such as volumes to be handled, speed in handling, product characteristics, weight, size, shape, and nature of the product, hazardous, perishable, crushable. Materials handling is the art and science of conveying, elevating, positioning, transporting, packaging, and storing of materials.